Welcome to this episode of the Aquarist Edge, a podcast for home aquarists just like you. Learn more about how to keep a thriving aquarium and discover ideas and tips to give your aquarium the edge. And now, over to our host, Arthur Preston.
Well, it's almost time to celebrate Christmas. And whether you are somebody who celebrates Christmas for religious reasons or who celebrates the fact that it is a festive time of the year, here's an opportunity to get some ideas for gifting, either gifts that you will give others who are in the aquarium hobby, or we'll give you ideas when people say to you, hey, I know that you're into fish, I know that you love keeping aquariums, what are the things that you would like us to give you? Have you got a wish list of items that you would like for your hobby? So although by no means is this comprehensive, there are probably many things that you would want to add. These are just some of the things that came to mind. So here's a list of gifts that I feel would be helpful no matter what stage of the aquarium hobby you are at. So let's start by perhaps asking about why we give these gifts anyway in this hobby. I mean, there are other things you could give people, but why would you give people a Christmas gift in the aquarium world? Well, I think, every piece of equipment, every book, every little decoration represents far more than just a gift that you give somebody. It's an investment in creativity, in learning. It's about putting an investment into the care of the living animals that are within each aquarium, in each fish tank. And the right gift at the right time can inspire someone to explore new aspects of the hobby or to make their daily routine in fish keeping a little bit easier. It allows them to focus on what truly matters, which ultimately is the joy of fish keeping. So let's start looking at this list. Well, a basic starter would be a simple aquarium starter kit. Now, some of these are available as commercial packs. Various brands will create these and you'll be able to buy them at your aquarium shop or your pet store. These normally contain things such as the basic tank, a simple filter and heater, and clear instructions to make the setup foolproof. Of course, you could, on your own, create your own starter kit. You could buy these items and put them together. They often will include things such as a net, basic thermometer, and perhaps even a small bottle of water conditioner, because it's those little things, those little extras that make a big difference for beginners. And you can imagine the excitement of someone unwrapping a brand new tank at Christmas morning, setting it up during the day, and thinking about the incredible underwater paradise that they will create. Of course, for family with kids, this is an amazing gift because it can be a real bonding experience that introduces children to responsibility and the beauty of nature. And the child, him or herself, can not only consider putting this in their bedroom, but perhaps if it's in a family space, then they are responsible for making sure that item within the family living area is well maintained and cared for, thereby teaching them responsibility. Another very useful gift is an aquarium water quality test kit. And I would recommend going for the liquid test kits over the paper strips because they're more accurate and they last longer. You could also consider giving a small journal or a notebook with this so that the person who receives the gift can track their readings and they can learn how their tank cycles over time. Now, books may feel old school in this highly digital age in which we live, but there's something special about flipping through a colorful guide full of detailed information about the various fish species. It will give information about compatibility, about fish health, about setup, about managing the day-to-day maintenance. And these are really useful resource guides, and I would consider looking for one with high-quality photos and tips that are tailored for beginners. You could even take this a step further. You could pair the book with a voucher to a local fish aquarium store or a pet shop so that the recipient can choose their first fish, having taken time to look through the book and discovered what they need. You may say, well, they could just look on Google. Yes, they could. They could certainly go online and they could find all that information. But having a book that is just readily available that they can dip into when they need to is, I still believe, an invaluable tool. We could also talk about aesthetics, remembering that, of course, a tank isn't just a home for fish. It's a piece of living art. Whether it's a natural aquarium you're going for, a biotope, or a bit more of a playful look, substrate sets the stage for creativity, and so you could certainly include with a gift or make it a gift itself a bag of decorative stones, some form of gravel or substrate that you know the person would want to add to the aquarium. Anything that could complement the substrate, decorations and so forth, you could add. Of course, be aware of what the person's particular aquarium decorating style is. If there's somebody who is looking for the natural look, I would really avoid the SpongeBob house. I would also suggest that you consider gifting live plants. The live plants elevate any aquarium, and hardy species such as Java fern, Anubias, and even Marima mossballs are perfect for beginners. They're nearly indestructible and they don't need fancy lighting or CO2. You could create a mini plant bundle with an aquascaping guide for beginners, perhaps a small bottle of liquid fertilizer, and perhaps even planting tweezers. It's like giving someone their own underwater garden starter kit. A very practical tool for any fish keeper would be a magnetic algae scraper. And there's something really helpful about this tool. It's a simple gift, but it's really useful. Of course, some people want to keep some of their tank sides full of algae, but most will want to make sure that at least the front-facing panel will be clean, and a magnetic scraper will be a great help for this. Another practical gift is a bottle of water conditioner. Now, that might not be a glamorous gift, but it's a very useful gift to give, especially if it's a high-quality option such as Sea Chem Prime. It's really a staple for any fish keeper, and you can certainly pair this with another bottle of maybe beneficial bacteria or something else that would be helpful in the tank. Almost a bit of a care kit that you could create as a gift. You could also consider putting together a variety pack of fish food. There's so many varieties available today, and in different forms: your flakes and pellets, freeze-dried treats, spirulina wafers, algae wafers, and so forth. Of course, what makes it extra special is if you know what that person has in their tank, you could create a variety pack that is targeting each form or each type of animal in their tank. That shows that you have given some thought and you have care and concern for the well-being of the creatures in that person's tank. Now, lighting, as many of us will know, is a game changer, and a good LED setup not only showcases the vibrant colors of the fish, but also supports plant growth. So if you're going to give aquarium lighting, look for models with adjustable brightness and different color modes, so Aquarist can create that perfect ambience that they need. For those who are more advanced in the hobby, perhaps those who are becoming more of a specialist fish keeper, you could consider a CO2 injection system. Now, this is quite a big purchase, but for somebody who really has taken this hobby seriously and who wants to go that next step in creating that planted tank look, this is a wonderful gift. And you can look for kits that include regulators, diffusers, bubble counters, and so on. Along with that, you could consider a high-quality filtration system. Advanced tanks often have high bioloads, and a powerful filter is essential. And you want to find a filter that will combine efficiency with quiet operation. So do your homework, check what the person needs, and this is certainly a wonderful gift for those who would have need for it. If the person already has a CO2 system, already has a high-quality filtration system, a nice add-on is a dosing pump for liquid fertilizer. Now, these pumps automate fertilizer dosing and ensure plants receive precise nutrients without the guesswork. You could also add some liquid fertilizer with this gift as a gift pack. There are also fun gifts that you could give for people who love the hobby. So it could be an aquarium-themed shirt, an accessory for their desk. Often these will have clever little slogans on them. Certainly on the Arts Fisherman store, merch store, you'll find t-shirts that say "Don't worry, be guppy," and this kind of thing. People who are aquarists enjoy that kind of thing. They're into the hobby. They enjoy these little gifts, accessories, and various forms of apparel. You could also consider a beautiful piece of art that could hang up next to someone's show tank in their home. Particularly if you know somebody well, you know the family well, you know what they need in their home. This could be a lovely addition as well. And of course, there's always the ubiquitous novelty mug. Who in the aquarium keeping hobby would not love a mug that has some quirky saying on it that alludes to their love for aquarium keeping. So folks, that's the list as I have it now, but there are obviously many more gifts that you could give. And one of the things I haven't mentioned is a simple pet store voucher or an aquarium store voucher, be that an online voucher or a voucher in hard copy. There are those who would say, well, vouchers are impersonal, and I would argue that. I would think that a voucher gives the recipient the opportunity to choose something that they may not have bought themselves, but that they would like, something on their wish list that maybe you don't know about, that they can take themselves off to the aquarium store and they can buy something that they perhaps have had on their wish list for some time, and you, by giving them a voucher, have enabled that to happen. So lots of ideas. This is a hobby that we know can become expensive. It's a hobby that you can keep adding to, but it is exciting, and Christmas, this festive season, gives us the opportunity to give. And so I encourage you to think about the gifts that you would give others who are in the hobby. Give them something that is going to help them to enhance their tanks, to create a healthier environment, and to grow their knowledge of the hobby. So whether it's a practical tool, an inspiring book, a quirky gift, as long as it comes from the heart, from a place of goodness and genuine generosity, I'm sure it's going to be well appreciated by the recipient. And although there will be a couple of episodes before Christmas this year, I do want to wish all the regular listeners of this Aquarist Edge podcast a very joyful holiday season, filled with family and friends and, of course, happy, healthy aquariums. So until we meet in this podcast next time, happy fish keeping. I'll see you at the next episode.
That's it for this episode of the Aquarist Edge. Please consider subscribing to this podcast so that you don't miss further episodes. We would love it if you would also rate and review the podcast, as this helps make it visible to others. Until next time, keep learning and discovering, and keep finding your Aquarist Edge in this captivating and fascinating hobby.